You have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Mr. Speaker, sir. I rise to respond to the serious allegations made by the Minister of Economy regarding Professor Ahluwalia. It's really defamatory what he has come up with in terms of accusations of fraudulent behavior, illegal transactions, and divided the region. First of all, let me correct the misconception he is coming up with regarding the contributions. The contributions, Fiji should pay more because it has more students. That's the formula. And to compare Fiji with smaller island states, there is an insult to smaller island states, given that the Honorable Prime Minister is the chair of the forum right now. You should be bringing together the region, not dividing it. Your comments are belittling the small island states. Fiji should be paying more because it has more students. That's the formula. Arguing and belittling others because they're paying less and you have more authority because you're paying more. This is just illogical, irrational. The other issue he goes on, sir, about the current allegations regarding we need to go back to before that. Why go on about Professor Ahluwalia? That's just one side of the coin. The original issues was raised by Professor Ahluwalia during the Professor V.C. Chandra, and that includes lack of consultation of contracts. There's various issues which were raised, and all those contracts renewed for 5 years, quick succession in titles without proper consultation authority, and salary changes, professional development leave, back pay. All this is listed there. It's clearly listed, and these were not investigated properly. And payroll manager, whatever, 4 years back date, thousands of dollars, responsibility allowances. There's people linked to the PG First party who are known for that. In fact, they have appointed some of the people who have been accused of corruption at USP. They have appointed them into the Fiji First government, into the civil service, and they all know about it, sir. That was all clearly itemized and outlined in the BDO report, and also by Professor Ahluwalia. In terms of the investigation, for that he goes on from Professor Ahluwalia. But what about before that? The conduct of the Pro Chancellor and the chair of an Audit Risk Committee. This is clearly stated in the complaint against them, and that is why now they are subject to Ethics Committee investigation for their conduct. And the complaints include abuse of authority causing financial loss to USP, Pro-Chancellor approved 4th cash bonus for payroll manager, and that is suspected to be fraudulent without consulting the Staff Appeals Committee. He approved payments of per diems and related expenses for professional development leave to Vice Chancellor Rajesh Chandra, contrary to policy. And investigations from the Assurance and Compliance Unit were denied access to records kept by the Council Secretariat because Pro-Chancellor instructed that this approval was required. He dictated how the investigation of Professor Paul's allegations in his report was conducted. He was communicating with the person of main interest during the investigation, Prof. Chandra. And the Audit and Risk Committee chair demanded updates on specific investigation. While the investigation was updated, he demanded the names of witnesses. These are the kinds of things which was going on. The Audit Risk Committee chair stopped the investigation committee from completing its investigations, and these investigations remain incomplete. ARC chair placed unreasonable conditions on the investigation unit, liaising with FICAC and FRCS. Interference with disciplinary processes. Former interim director, manager payroll, etc., were investigated despite the legal opinions of which was provided. The chair of council and ARC chair instructed VCP to stop the staff disciplinary process. There's a whole lot of things there, sir, which was not provided by the minister, honorable minister. He's in his update. He is just providing one side of the story. What about the allegations before that, and nothing has been done? That needs to be resolved first. And now with those allegations currently investigated by the ethics committee,
Just
what about this breach of the code of ethics of the council and conflict of interest? That is the ongoing issue at USP. And who are the victims here, sir? The victims are the students and the staff. And who are the majority? The majority of the staff are Fiji staff and Fijian students. And now they are withholding the grant just because there's conflict of interest. They are linked to the Fiji First Party and the government. And some of them are now working in the civil service for subject of the regional investigations. Let's get to the bottom of that, sir. I mean, today is just focusing on Professor Alwania, but the problem is before that, before he came. Let's fix that. And sir, I mentioned about the independence of USP. That needs to be respected. Regionalism and the member countries of the region need to be respected. And the members of the council have made their decision. I mean, look at this parliament. In this parliament, whatever we bring up, however the merits of what we bring up, it is outvoted always, outvoted. Even if it has 100% merit, it is not taken into account. So leave the council to make its decision. It is moving forward. So please stop the interference, because the interference will only find the students, Fijian students at USP and the staff. And the other thing, they're talking about the contribution to USP. What about the benefits Fiji is getting from USP? A study was done. Approximately about 40 million is the return to Fiji in terms of benefits per annum. That's through the staff payments, the staff tax paid, the services provided, etc., etc. It'll be more with the benefits provided by the commercial operations around USP, the Moda City, Sports City, all those things. So please don't mislead the country by saying we are contributing the most and that we should benefiting as a nation. And sir, I reiterate that the only people who are losing out in this saga are the Fiji students and the Fijian students. And just last week, the Prime Minister, he labeled USP a corrupt institution. He is the chair of the Pacific Islands Forum. How can a chair of the forum call another regional institution corrupt? Downgrading, undermining the staff integrity of the institution. Honorable Prime Minister, Minister of Economy, leave USP alone.
Making it USP.
Alone. Let it run as an independent institution. Respect the decisions of the council. It has been made. We don't undermine you when you make when you put your hands up and us. After it is passed, we respect it. So in the same manner, respect the decisions of the council and the University of the South Pacific.